I have a lot. I want to go over something this morning that I've dealt with a lot in coaching sessions, some yesterday, some Friday, last Wednesday. There were at least several coaching sessions that we talked about this in every single time. And the best way, morning, Jasmine, the best way to handle this, I think, is in a group setting like this. So social media, when it comes to making social media posts and creating content for your social media, it takes time, and everyone approaches it a little bit differently. Some of you guys have been doing it for a while, and you're really super quick at it. And you get the idea for a post, and you whip out your phone and you record it, and you make your post, and you're off and running, and you post it, and it took you 3 or 4 minutes to make a 1 minute post, 1 minute video post, and you're done. Some of you guys don't use it that often, and you're fairly new to it. And when you're new to something like that, it's going to take a little bit of while to create something and get your thoughts together. We had someone make a video in here the other day. The video was 30 seconds long, but they were in that room for a good half an hour trying to figure it out, redoing it to get it just right, which is also unnecessary. But for those of you that are when you're doing social media, there's a couple of pieces of it that really take time to work through the workflow. And this is where Mike talks about making a schedule and sticking to it all the time. And on Power Talk this morning, he talked about having 2.5 hours during your morning for marketing yourself. This is when you would do some of this stuff. Okay. So the 4 parts that take the most time are obviously the creation, the idea, and actually recording it, the review of it. Please watch your videos back before you post them. I see videos all the time with mistakes in them. Just watch it back. Make sure you didn't really screw it up too bad. The posting and scheduling actually takes time. So there's another 5 minutes or so. And then as soon as you do that, you need to flip over to content that you previously posted right before that and do some responding. You need to like comments where people commented on yours. Comment back to them. You need to react to comments that they make. Thank them for sharing it if they shared it. Actually thank them, comment on it. Don't respond under their comment and tag them in it and thank them. All of those things really help you in that algorithm. But this is not about algorithms. This is about the time that it takes to actually do this. So when Mike says you need 2.5 hours in the morning for marketing, this is in that time frame in there. Now, obviously, it's not all 2.5 hours. You could take a half an hour and do a couple of posts and schedule them out. But you actually have to schedule that in, and you got to stick to it. That's the important part. Mike, do you want to say something? You just jumped on real quick.
Have you ever known me not to want to say something, Rob?
As a redundant, as a question was.
Okay, so some of you might feel, and you would be right, that I'm highly opinionated on this issue. I am highly opinionated on this issue because it works like almost everything else in our lives. The single most important activity you will do today, hopefully, is the marketing of yourself. It's not the homes you're going to show. It's not the listing appointment that you have to get ready for. It's not the closing you have to go to. Those are not the most important things, because you could go do all those things today and not market yourself, which is the tendency in our industry. And then after you get completed with that transaction, you are out of business again. So the single most important thing, what you get paid for in this industry, is not showing homes to people. Anybody can do that. Watch. Rob, here we go. Because it wouldn't be a good Tuesday morning if I didn't piss somebody off.
Okay.
You're just an Uber driver with a lockbox pad. That's all we are. There's no skill in showing homes. You're unlocking doors until somebody says, I want to buy this house. And you go, okay. Well, let me write an offer. And then again, there's no skill in that. You're just filling in the blanks. Okay. What you get paid for in this industry, why some agents make a lot more money than others, is your ability to bring business in, your ability to get people to want to buy and sell homes with you. And some people are really good at that, and some people aren't. Personally, for me in my career, that was the only thing I was really good at. I could bring business in. I could get people to want to list their home and buy a home with me and not with you. I could get them to do that. Are you a better real estate agent than me? Probably. But see, it doesn't matter because you don't have any business. So dedicating the time every morning, because if we don't do it in the morning, let's just be honest. If we don't do it in the morning, when are we going to do it? You're going to do it this afternoon? You're going to do it this evening? Come on. Rob, I know, like, I've got a 90-minute exercise program. And if I get that done in the mornings, it gets done. And if I say, hey, you know what? I'll do that when I get home tonight. Oh, who does that? Can anybody on this Zoom actually say that you do your exercise when you get home at night?
No.
Chris, what if you said that? How out of every 7 days, how often would you actually do it in the evening?
Never.
Never. Because there's always something else, right? I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm busy, the kids, the wife, it never ends. To this point, the one time every day, and this is so hard, and some of you, Joanne, I can see, is that grandchild? Well, introduce us.
This is Liam. Say hi. Tell everybody hi. He's watching Sesame Street.
All right. Well, maybe he'll know the answer to this. The one time every day that you have total control of and nobody else on the planet has anything to say about it. What time is that? Anybody? One time every day. Who is that? Tom?
Yes.
Say it again, Tom. Nice
The
and loud.
time you wake up.
The time you get up every morning. Nobody else has anything to say about that at all. You decide. When I got out, when my feet hit the floor this morning, I decided that nobody else did. After that, Joanne, that little thing in front of you is going to have a lot of influence on what gets done today.
Yes.
Yes. All right. I know. So we get the most important, urgent things done every day. Your marketing better be that. If you don't put that kind of priority on it, you're not going to sell more homes this year. You're not going to hit your goals. It's got to have that kind of priority. Now, did I say that Joanne should have no other priorities in her life? No. I'm just saying, get your marketing activities done first every day. Hold your appointments for the afternoon. Now, I'm going to throw one little exception in there because life is full of exceptions. I before E, except
After C.
After C. That's right. There's an exception to every rule. So there will be times if you come to me and you say, Mike, I've got these people, they want to buy a $3 million house. They know which house they want to buy. They can only see it at 10 o'clock this morning. I say, well, go show it to them. Go unlock the door and then get out of the way and don't say anything stupid. There's exceptions to everything. But my rule is I don't do people in the mornings. I do my marketing activities in the mornings. I hold my people appointments for the afternoon. And I know that's hard sometimes. And I know people say, well, I want to go see it right now because before somebody else buys it. I get all of that. And to that, I say, you try as hard as you can to keep people in the afternoon whenever possible and get your marketing done in the morning. So I got up this morning. I did my exercise program. I'm done for the day. I got it in. It's not weighing on me. And you've all done this. Like, I know I've got to do it. I'm going to do it later and later. And then it's just constantly weighing on me all day. That slight little anxiety that's just chirping away at me. Just get your marketing done in the morning. You have a lot of different priorities in your life. I get it. I get it. But give your business the morning hours. All right, Rob, I'm done preaching. Back to you.
Okay. So basically, here's a little exercise I want you guys to do. And this is now, if you are a social media pro and it takes you seconds to make a post that is seconds long, then it's not for you. If you're not, here's how I want you to schedule this out. I want you to take a time. I want you to pick it, and let's say it's tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. And you pick that time, you start creating a social media post. You think about what you want to do, you record the video, you do all of the steps, you review it, you post it or schedule it, you respond to a few others, and I want you to time that. However long that took, that's how long it takes you right now to do your social media marketing. At this moment, you will get much faster at it, but that's how much time right now you need to allot for it. If you don't know that number, you can't allot the time for it. So as Mike referred to it in one of the power talks, is like reverse engineering that. What time do you have to be at work? Then what time, how long does drive take? That's what time you have to leave, et cetera. Work backwards. This will allow you to work backwards when it comes to doing your marketing and your social media. If you don't know that number may be 18 minutes for some people. It may be 25, it may be 5. You don't know how long it will take. So that's your number on average. And I want everyone to kind of do that little exercise. And then I see all the names on here, the Steve and the Steven and Tom and Athena and Manuela and Aminata, everybody, Julia, Tracy, I'm going to come ask you your time. Okay. I'm going to give you like 2 days to do this. And then I'm going to come ask you your time. And how long does it take for you to make a social media post? That's what you need to reverse engineer into your calendar and peel out of your marketing efforts in order to do that every single day. Okay. And I'm not saying on one platform. That's if you post it on Facebook and Instagram, LinkedIn, add all of that in there together. How long does it take you to do your social media marketing? Let's find that number out and let's get it scheduled. And then I work with you in our coaching sessions to whittle that number down. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. So I want to know that number in 2 days. I'm going to walk around and find you guys. It's super important. If you don't know it, you can't do it. You can't go, I think I can do it in 5 to 10 minutes. If it takes you 30, you've screwed up your whole schedule. And what's the theme of Power Talk this week? Professionals stick to a schedule. Amateurs let life get in the way. Don't do that. Don't not know that number and not be able to pull this off because it's detrimental to your career.
Okay, so Rob, I want to do this. I want to spend the last 10 minutes of our Zoom session this morning answering questions from folks because I know you're running into problems. I know there's things you want to do, but you don't quite know how to do them. So I want to dive into that. And I want to start with this. Look, you've got a guy here in Rob who's run marketing for every major radio station in Atlanta. Think about that resource that you have available to you. How many other real estate offices in Atlanta have a resource like that available to them and for free? None. Steve, do you have that in your previous offices? Tom? You guys, no. And for what it's worth, you got me. I've sold a few homes. Okay. So here's your chance. What's bothering you? What are you unsure about? What do you want to learn how to do? What are you not quite sure what to do? What questions do you have? Just kind of raise your hand and then unmute. Tracy.
Yes, I did a video last week, and when I posted it, it was like this tiny. I did it on YouTube and I put the link in, but when I posted it on Facebook, it ended up being like really small, and then it had a lot of black, like black background on it. Can you know what I did wrong? First time that happened.
You filmed it on your phone?
Yes.
Bring your phone by my office down the hall here, and I'll take a look at your settings.
Okay.
Good. Who's next? Raise your hand. Let me see you. Am I missing somebody? Really? Nobody has any questions. Everybody's got all their marketing. I'm sorry, Rob.
Julia and Steve.
Okay, let's go ladies first. Julia.
I'm having an issue sharing from my realtor page to my main page on Facebook.
Your realtor.com page?
My Facebook.com page, my Facebook page, realtor page to the main Facebook page.
Okay, come by. I'll pull it up on my computer. I'll show you how to switch your identities and who you're interacting as.
Oh,
You
okay.
have to
Thank you.
switch who you're interacting as. You can't create content and then share it back to your same self. So you have to interact as the other person, your profile, not your page. Once you do that, you can share it anywhere.
Oh, thank you.
Good. Steven, unmute for us.
Okay, my thing is that when I do a video, I take a while. Maybe I take too long. I usually take about 45 minutes because I do it through that Cinemaster, and I'm kind of anal about editing and all that. So and I also do it. I usually do it at night when I'm done with everything through the day. I find it easier to do at night. Am I doing it wrong or?
Well, a couple of things. Yeah, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. You've got to, at some point you have to go, this is good, and post it. No one's expecting you to be Steven Spielberg or Martin Scorsese. That's not going to happen. And if you were and you pulled that stuff off, you wouldn't be doing real estate anyway. You'd be shooting and directing films and movies. Secondly, yeah, nighttime at the end of the day, when you're tired and you've done a lot of other stuff and you've talked to a lot of people, your brain just doesn't work the same way.
Yeah.
That's why it's important to get this stuff done in the morning. So maybe you have the idea at night, make yourself some notes, and then and get up the next day and make your video, unless it's time sensitive and something major just happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stephen Carson.
So my question's about using Google Ads, the search ads. I just wanted to ask, going through the websites and when, to get someone to go to the website, what do you think is the best one between the Century 21 site, Business Builder, Zap? If you're going to use one, what would be the best to funnel the Google search ads through?
I would send them to your Zap site. Your
Okay.
Zap site's tied straight to that CRM. That every contact that fills out that comes through in there is going to go directly into your CRM. You cut out so much work, manual labor, by doing that versus sending it to one of the other ones. The other ones have been around for quite a while and are great, but they're not connected like Zap is. Zap's the latest iteration of the C21 websites that ties to our CRM.
Good. Other questions? What you got, Tom?
There we go. I think it'd be a good idea. It'd be helpful for me. Maybe we could have a quick Zoom think tank and bounce ideas around each other for non-real estate content for our videos. So if I need help, like say, what can I do to not be too salesman-y to market to my daughter's school? What can I do with that? And maybe we can provide feedback to each other with ideas.
Maybe we do that for next week's topic or add it in as part of it. In the meantime, what I would encourage you to do is pay attention to what's going on in and around the world in which you operate. Okay. So Liz Dilworth is on here with us, and I know Liz lives in Horseshoe Bend, and Horseshoe Bend is a gigantic neighborhood in which she focuses on, and she should focus on what's going on in and around Horseshoe Bend, what's impacting the people that live there, because that's what they're interested in. Are they interested in what's going on in Atlanta? Not so much. What's going on in and around my little micro world. So your daughter attends a school and you have focused on the families that have children in that school, right?
Correct.
Okay. What you are them, what's going on in, or you can't tell me there's no activities, there's no news, there's no things of interest going on in that school.
No, I cannot tell you that.
You cannot. There's always something going on, right?
Yes.
That's what you talk about, because that's what's of interest to your customers. Make sense?
Good. Yes.
Now,
Thank
each of us, it's different. So Casey's on here drinking liquor at 9:30 in the morning, guzzling it. Casey is a gamer. Okay, so his activities, his message is completely different than Tom's. Casey's playing games against fourth graders. He doesn't have a fourth grader. Okay, so his message is different. Okay. Ami comes from Ivory Coast. And Ami, if I was living in Atlanta as a real estate agent and I had come from Ivory Coast, I might focus on an international market. I might. Why? Because there aren't that many agents that do. Camille and I were speaking with an agent yesterday who teaches sign language at a school, and she wants to transition into real estate. And she was like, well, I'm just not quite sure who my customer is going to be. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You have this skill that almost nobody else. Can anybody on this Zoom session sign? I can't. I mean, I can, but inappropriately. I could deliver a message. I couldn't carry on a conversation, and you might not find it very appropriate. So see, some of us have very unique opportunities. So that content, Tom, is different for each of us, depending on who our target audience is and what our unique skills and abilities might be. Gosh, if I only spoke more than one language, what might I do? Ami, coming for you. Okay, other questions before I let you all go today? Okay, so everybody else has got it all figured out? Okay, then gosh, I'm gonna go get our help desk ready.
Wait, I have a question.
Oh, okay.
So
Go get our help desk ready for the flood of contracts that are apparently about to come. What you got, Ami?
so about me, I think my challenge is
About you. How did I know, Rob, that that's where we were gonna go?
because you started it. So my challenge with the language thing is I don't know when I'm creating content. Should I make 2 different videos in 2 different languages? Or should I make it in one language, or should I mix it? That's one of the things I struggle with.
Two different videos. Iris James should be doing the same thing. 2 different videos. Spanish and English. Anybody else who's bilingual or multilingual, some people here are multilingual, speak 3 and 4 languages, make some in all of them. Get all of the messages out there in all of the languages. I can't reiterate that enough.
Ami, you speak 3 or 4 languages, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I speak only 2. I speak English and Southern Hillbilly. And other than that, so you speak twice as many languages as I do. You should be selling twice as many homes. Okay, guys. Hey, thank you. Hope this was helpful to you. See you next Tuesday. Out.
Thanks, guys.